Okay. Cool. So let's actually go here. Sorry, guys, just setting this up. Looking into Hampshire for Andrew. Do some phone banking. Guess it's maybe not. That's okay. That's fine. Cool. All right. So now we're live, doing the thing. All right. Okay, cool. That's good. Good. First live stream, so I'm just figuring all this stuff out. Let's go. Okay. So, sorry guys, getting this going here. And how do I do this? How do I do this? Whatever. Okay. Time for some phone banking. Phone banking time. Yep, there we go. Is it down again? Are there's too many of us? No, there we go. There we go. It's back up. Say 8 remaining calls. That's it. Dang. There's no way we dialed everybody. There's no way. Let's see, New Hampshire.
Hello.
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 Hi, is Brandon available?
Oh, hello. This is.
Hi, Brandon. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Do you got about 60 seconds to answer a few questions about the election?
No.
All right. Well, you have a good day then.
No calling back.
Alrighty. That's actually pretty funny. Such a cheerful no. Okay. Put this down a bit more. Go. Hi, is Sherry available?
Hello. This is.
Hi, Sherry. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about 60. All right, no worries. We'll do that. All right, bye bye. I just realized I had my volume up. You guys can't hear this. That's a no. All right. You just make sure. Yep, you should just be hearing that. Cool. Hi, is Andrea available? Gotcha. Well, Andrea, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Yeah, I was just wondering if you had a couple moments to answer a few questions about the election. It'll take less than 5 minutes if you're okay with that. I guess not. Hung up on me. Hi, is Lawrence available? Hi, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about a minute to answer a few questions about the election. Yeah, sure. So just real quick, on a scale from like first to fifth of your top candidates, where would you rank Andrew? Okay. And then is there a specific reason why you had him at fifth? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Right, right. Right, right. Um, I know for myself, it's like he's the only one that's really talking about the future like that, where he's got like the 21st century solutions for the problems of today and tomorrow. And if you don't mind me asking you, like, do you have two of your like top choices? Okay, no worries. Cool. And then is there any specific things that you're like most important to you, value wise or issue wise? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, healthcare, that's definitely one of those things that like it's absolutely needs reform, right? Right, right, right. Um, well, I understand that there's like a bunch of great candidates, and yeah. Do you mind if I could grab your email just so we can keep you posted on upcoming events, like if Andrew's gonna be in town, let you know. Sure, no worries. And then I don't know if you'd be interested maybe then in grabbing like a coffee with a local leader and then further getting to know some of the policies and things. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. All right. All right. You too. Have a good one. Bye. Bye. I do not see myself voting for him. He says. Okay. That was a loud ring for some reason. A lot of waiting around. Hi, is Ashton available? Well, maybe I can talk to you. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Do you have a minute just to talk about the election? Okay. Well, that's I'm glad to hear it. All right. You have a good day. Bye. He was like, I really like Andrew Yang, but I don't have time. Okay, well, okay. Hi, is Lisa available? Hello? If you're watching, you should be phone banking too. This is easy. Literally, kick back. Hi, is Carolyn available? Or Catherine? Voicemail. Voicemail. Hi, is Daniel available? That's a very strange. Hi, is Jason available? Well, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I guess that is not the right answer. He's like, depends on who's calling. A lot of voicemails, man. It looks like we got 70 people on the dialer, though. That's good. 70,000 calls to get through, though. We're gonna need help for 70,000 calls. Hi, is Robert available? Hi, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. All right. Okay. No. Alright, let me grab my phone real quick. Hi, is Cynthia available? She hung up. Hi, is Andrew available? Hey, okay. Sorry for the mess behind me, guys. Messy guy, I guess. Hi, is Kristen hello? Hi, is Kristen available? Kristen? Alright, you have a good day. I say funny guy. Hi, is Wanda available? Alright. Thank you. That kid was like 4 years old. Like not available. So cute. Hi, is Barbara available? Hey. Nobody's picking up. What time is it? 2 o'clock, I guess. Right, so. Hi, is Alexis available? Hi, is Devin available? Hello? I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Do you have about 60 seconds? We love Republicans. Yeah. I mean, okay. That is funny that he literally just was like, "Who am I voting for?" Hi, is Kristen available? Oh, nobody wants to talk to me. They don't... Hi, is Jamie available? Nobody wants to talk. Mm-hmm. Hi, is Elizabeth available? Okay. Well, maybe I can speak with you. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Do you have about a minute to talk about the election? Okay, yeah, no worries. Cool. So, just then on a scale from like first to fifth, I mean, where would you rank Andrew? Where would you rank Andrew in like on a scale from first to fifth? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, that's no worries. All right. Well, yeah, I do appreciate the you taking the call then. Yeah. Hi, you too. Bye bye. He straight was like, I'm voting for Warren. Don't even. I'm not gonna waste your time. Okay. That's unlike me. Unlike me. So I had a Bernie bro actually call me and, hi, is Susan available? Is Susan available? Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I was saying, the Bernie bro hit me up and I was like, I'm gonna talk to you for as long as possible because if you're talking with me, you're talking with someone else. But I did actually ask a bunch of questions, like because I didn't know fully what Sanders' policies were on a bunch of things, so he helped clarify, which is good. Good. Hi, Glasgow Family Center. Hi, is John available? Okay, well, maybe I can speak with you. My name is YJ, or you can hang up on me. It's all good. I get it. Nothing personal. I hang up on people all the time. I get it. Hi, is Samantha available? Yeah. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Hi, bye. Hi, is Bruno available? Hi, Bruno. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about a six. All right, will do. You have a good one. Take him off the list. You just gotta make it a game. Can you get rejected 100 times? Like, can you hit those numbers? Because Because you know, you'll have one good conversation within that 100, so. Hi, is James available? Hello? Is James available? Hi, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had 60 seconds or so to. All right, I will take you off this list right here. It might have just been that the person before didn't hit the right button here, so I will take you off. Yeah, it's done by a computer system. I don't know if you got it from us or if it was like another campaign as well. I apologize. It is done. Very hostile. Ooh. Ooh. Already. I like this robocolor thing. Okay, no. Hi, is Rachel available? Yeah, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. All right, you have a good one. Hi, is Ronald available? Hey Ronald, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about 60 seconds to answer a few questions about the election. Okay. I mean, would you mind just sharing who your top choice is? Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Andrew Yang has actually formed term limits as well. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. All right. You have a good one. I'm Steyer. Hey. In New Hampshire, that's interesting. I mean, I could see Vegas and South Carolina because he's putting ads there, but okay. Hi, is Stewart available? Hey, Stuart. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about 60 seconds to answer a few questions about the election. All right. So just on a scale from first to fifth of your top candidates, where would you rank Andrew? Okay. And is there is there a specific like top two choices that you guys had or you had? Oh, okay. Oh, really? Interesting. And then who'd be like your second choice? Okay. Yeah, those are great choices there. I know that like Andrew's actually bringing together a coalition of people who are a lot of disenfranchised voters because even myself, I never really cared about politics, and it wasn't until Yang's what he's talked about with the automation wave and all that coming that really brought me on board. And I know a lot of other people, Republicans, Independents, Democrats, like everyone pretty much. Because he's not really attacking anybody. He's not saying like, "Oh, you're dumb for voting this way or that way." That he's able to bring us all together, and I think that's gonna really shine forward, like coming forward. Um, is there a specific policy or a value that you find like the most important? Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Yang is actually one of the if you look at some of the studies and stuff that have been done, the polls, he's got the best shot. Even betting favorite odds when you go to like the Vegas odds makers and stuff, he's got the best shot of beating Trump. I mean, he's a 3-2 favorite, and the next person is a 50-50 shot, so even money. Um, it's literally just getting the Democratic nomination that's the harder thing. Oh, right, right. But I mean, hey, people make their living that way, and it's yeah. Sure, no worries. You mind if I just grab your email real quick, and then maybe we can update you? Gotcha, no worries. All right, you have a good day. Night, bye. He wasn't hearing it. Hi, is Marjorie available? Hi, is Marjorie available? All right. Well, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Could I speak to you about the Andrew Yang presidential campaign? All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. One sec. Emily's properties. Mm, mm-hmm. Yeah. When would you like to come? When would you like to come? Yeah, we can do it today. I'm pretty free. Just yeah, let me know a time that's good for you. One. Sure. I am. Yeah. It's YJ. Alrighty. Bye. Bye. Work. Work calls. Hi, is Richard available? Hello? Hi, is Richard available? Okay. Yeah, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Okay, no worries. Bernie person. Hang up on me. Sometimes the dialer is too fast and then, yeah, I don't get the call. It just hangs up as soon as it goes through. Hi, is James available? Okay, well, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Do you mind if I speak to you about the election for about 60 seconds or so? All right, you have a good one. Hi, is William available? Okay, well, okay, she just hung up on me. It's probably like her mom or his mom. Like, that's not her. Hi. Okay. Hi. Thoughts, man. Hi, is Janella available? Is Janella available? Okay, gotcha. All right. 3 weeks he's had that. No more Robo. I like it. That hung up immediately. That was like a fax line. That wasn't even a person. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs outside, but howling. Okay. Okay. Hi, is Kylie available? Okay. All right, we'll do. She don't live here. That's not her accent. I just made it up. Hi, is Maria available? My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. All right, you have a good day. Not a single person of these no more robocalls have ever answered. Let's see if it works. This one works. Yep. Not available. None of these have ever worked. Hi, is Kenneth available? Kenneth? Kenneth? All right, sorry about that. Okay. Don't call this number again. Oh, good God. I don't know if you guys heard that, but ugh. Hi, is Ron available? Sure. My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just seeing if she could um, talk to me about the election for a little bit. No worries. I mean, do you have a minute to talk about the election? All right. Well, hopefully you can take a look into Andrew Yang and his policies. Maybe he can pique your interest there. All right. You have a good one. Hi, is Josh available? My name is YJ. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about 60 seconds. Yes, Andrew Yang. Yeah, do you have about a minute or so to answer a few questions about the election? Okay, so just on a scale from first to fifth, where would you rank Andrew? Well, that's not technically true. Yeah, I mean, Okay. All right. So, well, I mean, he hasn't been infected with anything, so I mean, there's no. Sure. Um, so is there a specific candidate that you're leaning towards? Okay. I mean, we actually love Trump supporters as well, just because a lot of the same things that Trump talked about, Andrew is talking about as well. So it's a lot of those same issues of like, because a lot of other Democrats, were saying it's your fault for voting for Trump. It's you're ruining the country, all those things. But Andrew's saying it's like, no, no, no. There's reasons why people vote for Trump. It's because they're hurting, and there's people don't really believe in the establishment anymore of politicians. So he does have a strong immigration policy because his main flagship proposal is $1,000 a month. So he knows that if you put in $1,000 a month, people are going to try to come into the country. So he's one of the only Democrats running who's in favor of keeping ICE, increasing border security with the amount. What is it? Getting more judges, more people just on the border to help process the people coming in. Yeah. Right. Well, Mexico's a little further away from China than it is us, definitely. Right. So, I mean, the main thing I think is like a I guess humanitarian way of dealing with immigration. Um, China definitely does. They're of course a lot more strict in their things because they're a communist society. So they regulate everything. I don't know if that's the way we want. Right, right. I mean, there definitely are a bunch of like the the people who immigrate here legally are a lot of times that's who we want. We want a country of strong, smart, you know, wealthy people. Yeah, if they're legal, yeah. Right. And a lot of that also, it's like if we were to give $1,000 a month to every U.S. citizen over the age of 18, it would actually cut down on a lot of those things. A lot of like the prison stuff, people in prison, a lot of things of people who feel like they have no path forward, um, and that's so right now. What you have is Amazon paying zero in taxes, even though they're making $20 billion. They're closing 30% of malls and stores. Amazon and also like Walmart and things. You go into any of those stores, it's all self checkout now. If you go into the warehouses at Amazon, it's all robots that are moving things around. So it's not even immigrants really even doing those jobs anymore. It's all robots. Same thing with like big farming places. It's all big machines doing it now. So um, basically, what Andrew is saying is like let's tax those big companies and kind of like how where stockholders would say like, oh, we're our stocks are doing really well. Let's pay ourselves a dividend. He's saying these companies are doing very well. They're contributing to GDP. So American GDP numbers are very high. We, as the shareholders of this country, declare ourselves a dividend like the stock people would. And with that, we're able to pay everyone $1,000 a month. And I know $1,000 a month for me would be a game changer. That would be help me get out of like student loan debt and get to and instead of putting it in like this yeah, oh yeah. Instead of putting in like this policy or that policy, like for housing, for food or whatever, it's he's saying it's better to just give people the money because they know how to best improve their own lives, and because everyone's situation is different, So yeah, yeah, yeah. So for gun reform, what he's in favor of is just a lot of the the closing some of the loopholes and stuff. So it's like the it's just better background checks, universal background checks, and then also he actually is the only one that's talking about upgrading guns for people. So instead of taking guns away, he's like, you know what? Like, how about instead of taking them away, we'll upgrade everyone's guns for free. So everyone has like their own personalized gun that's got like the palm sensor. So only that person can shoot that gun because it's tailor made for them. And that way, if you know your kid somehow gets the gun, or you know if somehow a robber comes in and like they take your gun, it's basically useless because it's tailor made just for you. Right, you'd have to program it that way. But yeah, I mean, that is a thing. Yeah, but I mean it. Hmm. I do believe that is done state by state, so it's not necessarily depending on where you are. And I think you're in New Hampshire, right? So it might be the case there, but I know for me, like in the because I'm in Memphis and it's different here. So no, there are like those checks, but it's not like a federal thing, mandated thing. Mm, right, 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 right. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, okay. Well, yeah, hopefully General John Stark. Mm-mm. Right. Right. And I do agree with that. It's like, but what I see right now is happening is like, that our government pretty much is bought and sold by big companies because the influence of money, right? They come in and I mean, Trump pretty much said the same thing. He's saying like, you know, all these, let's drain the swamp. And we're seeing that, where all these different people, candidates running and everything, political people, they are bought and sold. And Yang actually has a proposal where he's saying like, you know what, let's actually put in place a thing called democracy dollars, where we give every person $100 that they can only spend on the campaign, of any campaign they can donate, and then with that you're basically washing out lobbyist cash, a factor of like 8 to 1. So if you do that, you're putting the voice of the people, um, first. So because you know right now it's like you have the people and the money on opposite sides. You need the votes from the people, but then the money, the lobbies come in and say like, "Hey, I got this money," and you listen to them because it's easier, right? So it's what he's saying is like we have to connect those people. Hmm. Exactly, exactly. He does. So he actually came out and said he's not just the Congress. So he's got term limits for Congress, but also the Supreme Court. Not only that, but he's also said like he's gone a step further and said like, you know what, um, if you're in a political place or whatever, like you're elected official, then you're not allowed to take any job offer, that's like a head of a company or anything like that for at least 10 years afterwards. Because he's saying, you know, if you know that you're gonna get a job at like Exxon after your time is up, then when it's time to come in, they say like, hey, we want easier legislation for this, then you might listen to them. So he's saying like not only term limits, but you can't even work for companies after for 10 years. Right, and the main thing is like his whole thing is like it's not left, it's not right, it's forward, and that's a reason why he's pulling in a lot of Republican support, a lot of independent support, just all across the board because it's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's more like what are the issues and let's fix those issues. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican bringing up the solution. If it's the right solution, that's what we got to do. And that's why like I'm so fired up and I'm trying to just convince as many people as possible. Just getting the word out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. 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 Yeah, I know the majority of gun deaths are actually suicides. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I mean the main go for it. Mm-hmm. Right. So I mean, the main thing that he's saying is like, right, yeah, yeah. The main thing he's saying is like, sure, guns kill people, but if you really look at it, it's like you have to attack the problem at every level. So it's like you have to see that there are people who are just, they're not mentally well, and sometimes they go to the extreme. And so he's saying like, let's actually put in a thing where you can get like counseling if need be. So like getting counselors back into schools because not every school has counselors anymore. So it's like let's get those people back in. Not only that, but also make um, there. So even in education, where it's like right now you've got the classroom set up to where everyone gets the same education, even if it's we all learn differently. It's like some people learn faster, some people, and so if kids are getting left behind and they're getting bullied or whatever, it's like sometimes tragic things happen. So he's saying like, you know what? Let's actually transform the way we even educate people, and make it to where we're teaching our kids where they're at. So whether that's putting in because not everyone's going to go to college. So if that means we're going to put in like vocational schools or trade school stuff, like shop classes and things back into school because that's what we need to invest in. Um, you're saying we should. So you're right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and a lot of that is right. Right. So what I think right. Yeah, I mean that's Right. Right. The main thing, like what we see there, is like we have those numbers. Yeah, like GDP is doing really well, stock market's doing really well, unemployment's at like record lows and all that. But at the same time, if you really dig a little deeper, you'll see that suicides and overdoses are also at record highs. Mental illness and right. It's not actually just in California though, because you have stuff like in Ohio where the manufacturing jobs went away, and then when people couldn't find more manufacturing jobs, they half of them went on disability, and then half of them, or sorry, half of them never worked again, and then half of those people went on disability, and then the state actually even got to a point where there was more opium, so opioid with the like the drugs that the prescription drugs, there was more prescriptions than there were people in the state. So that's the thing where the government would just they completely just let the pharmaceutical company come in, and they said oxycontin is the wonder drug, we can just give it to everybody, it's not addictive, and then that's not true, it actually was very addictive. And then after people got addicted on that, they went into like heroin and cocaine and like all that stuff. So that's not necessarily the people's fault, it's because right. Right. And that's why our life expectancy has been dropping for the last 3 years. It's like that's ridiculous that our life expectancy in a developed country has been dropping every year because of things like that. And then suicides also. They've overtaken vehicle deaths for the number one and two cause of death. So that's why we're saying, like, you know what? Like, on the outside, sure, GDP is doing well, but if we're dying, like, that is the measurement that's like shocking. And we should be moving towards fixing that stuff instead of that's a shame. Right. I mean, Yang's got policies on that too, so yeah. Yeah. I mean, so Yang's policy on that is saying like we send these people off, to fight. They're 18 years old. They go to fight for the country. They honor us with that, and then they come back, and pretty much once they get back, we say like, all right, good job, thank you much, and then kick them to the curb. So what he's saying is like, exactly, exactly. So that's true. That's true. I think the main thing there is like, so what Yang mainly looks at is like, it's not just looking at the problem and putting a band-aid on it. It's more he looks at it and finds the root problem, and then tries to incentivize people to move towards a solution away from whatever the problem is. So with that, what you have is like the Mexican cartel, essentially they run the country. The police are scared because they're ruthless, and they kill police officers and all that stuff. So people are scared of that, and then they decide like, okay, well, I guess we'll try to go to the U.S. because it's so crazy here. So the solution there would be like, yeah, that would be one solution. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that's the most humanitarian way to do it, but I mean, yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, no, Yang is my guy. I mean, I'm trying to. Hopefully, I can. All right. Well, do you mind if I? Okay, he just hung up. Man, wasting my time. Wasting my time. He said, "Can I count on you to vote for Trump 2020?" Oh, good grief. Hi, is Nancy available? I tried. I tried the call to action. He hung up on me though. He said Trump 2020. Hi, is Amooch there available? Amooch? Yes, it's for Andrew Yang. Alrighty, you have a good day. Hi. So many of these jukes, they juking me out. I gotta, I gotta hold for a sec. Oh my god, how can somebody be so ignorant? The dude straight up said we need to nuke Mexico and that'll keep people from coming into the country. It's like, how are you so far that way? Like, that's just preposterous. Like, there's no way someone actually believes that. There's no way. You have to be so dis. Oh my god. I mean, of course he was trolling. There's no way you actually believe that stuff. I mean, it's. Oh my god. Okay. But I mean, he was. It sounded like he was actually buying into some of the stuff. He's like, okay, so what does Yang believe here? It's like, oh, okay, that's actually like kind of like what I believe. Okay, well, what about this? And then still, he's like, all right, this is getting like you're actually convincing me. Go away. I Trump 2020. All right, back to it. Yeah, scarcity for real. It's dialer, man. Just keeps hanging up. 120 people on though. I like it. A lot of us dialing. Ooh, 167. Nice. Yeah, I mean that's all we can really ask for. You know, you plant the 7 stages of Yang. You just want to move them up one stage. That's all you can really ask for. Why don't you try and convince nobody? Hi, is Heidi available? Nope. Nope. Man, my thing went away. My counter reset is at 0 again. Hi, is Heather available? Yes, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was wondering if you had about 6. Absolutely, I will do that. Bye, you too. Bye bye. That was the most polite way to ever say take me off your list. Hi, is Scott available? Yeah, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had. All right. All right, we'll do. Hi, is Francis available? Okay. Hi, is Ellen available? Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Well, my name is YJ. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Would you have about 60 seconds to answer a few questions about the election? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I will remove it right now. All right, you have a good night. Bye. Hi, is James available? Hello? A lot of waiting around. Hi, is Brian available? Okay. I don't know who's not taking people off when they ask, but that's just pissing people off. So they need to be doing it. I get the idea of like, ha ha ha, let's troll them and not take them off, makes but it's just a waste of time because that's like 15 seconds of someone else having to do this. Or maybe there's just something wrong with the dialer. I don't know. Hi, is Joseph available? Is Joseph available? Hi, Joseph. My name is YJ, and I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. I was just wondering if you had about 60 seconds to answer a few questions about the election. Sorry, the election, upcoming election. Okay, sure. Um, would you place like Andrew in your top five? Is and what is it specifically that you like about Bernie? Sorry, I'm not. I don't exactly know what you mean by the new cover. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard much about Andrew, but he definitely, yeah, he's got a different approach, but he still also wants to make those like big structural changes that uh, that certain Bernie is also talking about. Because right now corruption essentially is so high within the political spectrum that we need to do something, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, I think that Andrew is the best choice. Just in my opinion, because he's got like forward-thinking solutions to a lot of these problems. So even with the thing of corruption, he's got a planned proposal of what he calls the democracy dollars, where lobbyist cash right now, it's like even if we overturn Citizens United, um, uh, politicians are still bought and sold. There's ways to get around that and give them money. So what he's suggesting is like let's wash out the cash. So if we were to give $100 to every American citizen that they can only use to donate to political campaigns, it would essentially wash out lobbyist cash. A factor of like 4 or 5 to 1. So if someone comes to you and says like, hey, I've got $80,000 here for the NRA says like here I got $80,000. If you have 10,000 people behind you, that's $1 million that you have. So then you'd listen to the people and say like, well, I don't need your 80,000. I've got $1 million from the people, and they're the people I should be listening to anyway. So I just think that's a fantastic way of dealing with that situation, and I believe Andrew's the only one that's really talking about something like that. Um, hmm And then also just the sorry. Okay, yeah, yeah. And then Andrew's also got a plan for just the wealth, the disparity that's happening. Because right now we're in like the most egregious winner take all economy that we've ever been in. And so what he's saying is like right now you've got Amazon, Google, Facebook, like those big companies paying zero or near zero in taxes, and that's kind of ridiculous because you have Amazon, which is closing 30% of stores. I mean, even I'm sure where you are, some of the big like J.C. Penney and like all the in the malls and the stores are closing around you because they are like where I'm at, and he's saying that's because most of that commerce now is going to Amazon, so they're closing 30% of stores and then still paying zero in taxes, and that is that's just not right. So what he's suggesting is right, right. So he's suggesting like, hey, let's put in a tax that because if you try to put in income tax, that is a tax that's kind of easy, or not easy, but it's like there's ways to get around paying an income tax. Like, so for those big companies, like Jeff Bezos is not going to pay himself the full 20 billion or whatever he's worth because he knows he's going to get taxed on that. So he keeps it in different ways, in different assets and things that aren't taxed. Um, right. So what Yang is proposing is like, you know what? How about we implement a instead of like the wealth tax like that, we'll to, um, implement a value added tax. And the value added tax, just like a lot of the other countries who have tried it. So a lot of other countries like Germany, France, they've tried a wealth tax, and the rich people there pretty much went to different places, or they got around it. They hired very expensive CPAs and were able to get around paying that tax, and it pretty much failed. So all those countries have repealed the wealth tax and actually put in place a value added tax, and that's what they have to this day, because the value added tax is much harder to game and get around. Um, and that's kind of what Andrew is saying is like we should learn from the people who've actually done it, the people who've gone the route, and with the value added tax on all these companies, they're going to start paying their fair share, and with that, we can pay ourselves $1,000 a month as a dividend, kind of like how stockholders, when stocks do really well, they pay themselves a dividend, and everyone cheers. No one ever says like, oh, what are they doing? In the same way, we as the shareholders of the country can declare ourselves a dividend because GDP is doing really well. So if that's doing really well, we should be able to pay ourselves $1,000 a month to help the lowliest of us to get out of whatever situation they're in. Um, I know Bernie's got his federal jobs guarantee, which is kind of I guess his solution to that, where he's saying like, yeah, if you want a job, we'll give you a job, and that's kind of and $15 minimum wage, and that's where we'll make the um, we'll bring people out of poverty that way. But I guess the main criticism there are like, what if people are just not good at their job because it's guaranteed? I guess they do they have to stay at that job? Like if they don't like their job, do they so um, I like Andrew's idea of universality, because then it's like everybody gets it, rich or poor. The rich are going to pay definitely more into the system with that value added tax. So even if we give them $1,000, like Jeff Bezos, not even going to notice that $1,000. But for the people living at the poverty line, essentially, if you're living at $12,000 a year, poverty line, another $12,000 a year, then you've doubled your income. So it's disproportionately going to help those people at the bottom. And I know it'd be a game changer for myself, like me getting out of student loans and being able to actually like move forward, because there's the percentage of people, even though GDP and stock market prices and unemployment are like record highs, also at record highs are suicides, overdoses, student loan debt, and anxiety, and like all those things are record highs as well. So, what Yang is proposing is like, what? Let's actually listen to that and move towards what he calls a human-centered capitalism, where it's going to be capitalistic, so it's still the market driving these things, but the government will have different measuring sticks saying like, GDP is not the end all be all. We're going to have to actually start measuring how we're doing as humans. So, whether that's health, mental health, freedom from substance abuse, clean air, clean water, like those things are what we should be measuring the economy with. And so if we start doing that, then we can start moving towards fixing a lot of those problems. Yeah, sorry, I'm just going on here. um, um, would you have like a second choice that you're considering? Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's actually a lot of good candidates running this year, so it is kind of hard. But I yeah, I definitely think that Andrew's like the right, right. Well, yeah. Would you mind if I got an email address from you and then just kept you posted about maybe upcoming events with Andrew, where if he's got a town hall in your area, I could shoot you a message. Sure. Right. And what is your email? Uh huh. Perfect. All right. And then, would you be interested in maybe getting coffee with one of our local organizers, and they can tell you more about Andrew and his policies and things? All right, no worries. All right, well, yeah, I appreciate you talking with me. All right, you have a good day. All right, bye bye. Super nice guy. All right, we can do one more call, I think. Oh, reset again. This is zero. Hi, is Adam available? Okay. All right, that's about all the time I got. Oy. That was a while, I guess. I'm gonna go do some work, guys, and then there's an Oscar party that I will be going to. So I don't think I can yang anyone at the Oscar party because they're already yang. Um, they don't like volunteer anything for yang, but I'm gonna see if I can get them to. So yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it there. Stay yanging. You can see this is super easy. I'm not even when people who are trolling or people who are mean or whatever. Just take it. You gotta take the crookeds with the straights, man. So just brush your shoulders off. Be like, you know what? It's cool. You get one good conversation in. So go do it. Do this. Go phone bank. Don't watch me do it. Go do it. All right, guys. Peace out.